Local government will survive, but it will be very different. The funding propositions into the next few years are horrific. They are dire. And that isn't just Birmingham, it is authority up and down the country. As government cuts back on revenue support grant, then councils will have to start, and I've called it decommissioning services. We will have to look at those services that have to be provided because they're statutory services, and we'll have to take out probably others which are non-statutory. We're fixing at the moment the 2013-14 budget. We will have to take out something of the order of £120 million of budget cuts. Now, I can't say what that will be at the moment, but we will be consulting on a range of potential cuts during December. But it doesn't stop there. That's the problem. It goes on year after year for several years now. The view that we have of the situation at the moment is by the time we get to 2016-17, some 50% of the controllable budget of Birmingham City Council will have been cut. Most local authorities will become commissioners of services. They won't deliver things directly. They will look at their budget. They will therefore then turn to others to deliver services for them. What then the local authority has to do, certainly what Birmingham will want to do, is talk to academia, talk to the business sector, talk to the third sector, and say, right, how can you join with us in delivering things which formerly the City Council itself funded and took forward. I'm actually quite optimistic here. The budget scenario is a very, very dire one. But actually, if we can learn to work together, then we can still go on and make Birmingham great. And that's what I intend to do. I intend to look to ways in which I can work with the business sector, with academia, with the third sector, to ensure that some of those activities which are going to turn Birmingham around are there and are being delivered. We're waiting for George Osborne's autumn statement. I don't think that's going to be helpful to local government. I think it will make things worse. I hope I'm proved wrong here. I sincerely do hope I'm proved wrong. But there are going to be people across Birmingham, groups across Birmingham, families. We're talking about real people here who are going to be very significantly affected by this. There are welfare benefit changes which are coming about in April. Most people don't understand what is likely to happen as a result of those welfare benefit changes. On top of that, Birmingham City Council is going to cut its services. We are facing an enormously difficult period here, and one which is going to affect often those who are most in need, often those who most rely upon services provided by Birmingham City Council. I'm not going to turn around and say it's the present government, but the present government could have dealt with this situation differently, and so in that respect, I am blaming the government. We have a world crisis on our hands. At least we have a Western crisis on our hands. We've got a crisis with the banks. We've got a crisis with the economy. The crisis is not theirs. The crisis is of a world scale. But they're dealing with it with a set of measures which are about austerity and not about growth. If we're going to find our way out of this, it is about creating jobs. It is about creating wealth. And therefore, government have a role to stimulate jobs and wealth creation. I don't think the present government are doing that as they should be doing. We will find a way through this as best as we can. We will not leave the people of Birmingham stranded. We will try and reinvent the ways in which we do things, but it will require us to work in partnership.